I have no friends. Real friends are hard to find. I feel lonely. This is something that many of us are struggling with on a day-to-day, year-to-year basis, dealing with the lack of friendships and the rise of fake friends is not something that is just happening to some of us, but it's happening to so many of the people around us that we know and those we love. Today we're going to be exploring the friendship recession and why it's more and more difficult to make friends in this day and age when it seems like there is so much around us. The illusion of friendship. In the age of so much technology at the palm of our hands, we seem to be lacking in something so fundamental in our lives, and that is us being human and being social creatures, that we yearn for someone to see us, to know us, to have a friend. Something so simple, yet so difficult to attain. Ancient Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "Friendships are something of value and shouldn't be treated lightly." And this was thousands of years ago, and it still holds true today. And in a way, friendships are one of utility. In the past, we banded together in order to hunt as a group, in order to protect one another, to be of a tribe. And in this day and age, especially with the rise of social media, it seems as if we have more friends than ever. Now I have 5,000 followers. I have 2,000 Facebook friends, and it seems like people are engaging with what I said. So why do I still feel lonely? And it's because it's not so much of the quantity of friends or followers, of likes, but it's rather the quality of those relationships and friendships that we seem to have forgotten all about. A question comes up: who are your real friends? I struggle to answer that sometimes. I say, would this friend do this for me? Would that friend actually be here for me when I'm struggling? And I think a lot of us can relate to that because we don't know whether or not they are a real friend or a fake friend. Someone that is just using me, someone that is just wants something from me. And I think friendships transcend even family or relatives, because I think real friendship are based on effort, on being reciprocal in that relationship, and it always takes two to tangle. A lot of the friendships that I've had over the years, I realized were fake friends. All throughout my 20s and even my 30s, I knew a lot of people, but I could only probably count on one hand, two if I'm lucky, of the real friends that I actually have. And I think a lot of us feel the same way or are in the same position and feel that, what's wrong with me? Why don't I have any real friends? Or feeling as if we are lost and unable to actually fulfill one of our most basic needs. And the reality is, real friendships take effort. It takes a lot of work. Just as if it was a real relationship or an intimate relationship, it is almost a full-time job. You have to be able to be proactive. And I had a couple of good friends that would always say, "Hey Warren, we haven't heard from you. What's going on?" And maybe because I'm a person that isn't that type of, I want to share everything about my life, I would rather someone ask me about it. But I realized if I flip the script, that other person on the other side would want to feel the same. That's just being human. And so I realized that if I wanted something personally in my own life and my own type of friend circles and friendships that I really wanted, that I need to reciprocate. I need to be a good friend first. And that means sacrifices, that means going above and beyond, and that means putting in effort. So I don't subscribe to, hey, real friends, it doesn't take any effort, that we can just pick it up where we left off or whenever we see each other again, because there needs to be some intentionality behind it in order to make it work. Another issue I have with, oh, we're gonna be friends forever and that we need to be lifelong friends is something of a myth. And it goes not only into friendships, but also relationships of any kind, is I believe that some relationships and some friendships aren't meant to last forever. I think we have this image, and I don't know if it's the media or the TV shows that we watch, that says things need to be forever, that this diamond ring means forever. And forever is a long time. That's like 50, 60, 70 years. Who knows the type of person I'm gonna be in 10 years, in 15 years, in 20 years. Who knows what type of person you're gonna be in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. So I don't like to have these final platitudes of, hey, this is black and white, that our friendship needs to be forever. I just don't believe that. And there are different seasons in life, and it's almost like a train. You're going to have some friends for a couple of stops, and maybe you need to get off this train, or they need to get off this train, and then maybe a little bit down the road, you're like, hey, I need to jump back on the train, and you jump back on the train and you see, hey, my friend is not there because he or she is going in a different direction. And by the grace of whatever deity that you subscribe to, maybe coincidentally, statistically, that you guys sort of circle back together after so many years or decades, that is just a plain coincidence. Or you can be intentional. And that's sort of what technology and the use of social media, video calls, and even writing a simple letter can keep you guys closer together even when the distance is far apart. Another topic that I like to discuss is about male friendships. A lot of our friendships between men are doing a shared activity, maybe going out to have a drink, maybe watching sports together, and it's sort of an activity that sort of keeps us tied together. But a lot of guys, and personally guys I know, sort of disappear from their friendship circles or have friendships a lot lower on a totem pole of priorities in life. And usually it sort of ranks like my job, my career, my other responsibilities, how to make more money, maybe it's my wife or significant other, and then it's about extracurriculars in order to make more money, and then it's friendships if I get a chance, maybe. And so it leaves a lot of men lonely without an actual support structure because they are so geared towards acquiring resources of actually working that they neglect a very basic need that needs to be met, which is being social. And something to keep us geared towards fulfilling this need is to remember that we are our worst enemy if we allow it to be. And if we are proactive in our relationships with other friends, we need to be the one that is reaching out. We need to be the one that actually plans. And God knows I am very lazy at that at times, but it is something that all of us needs in order to be a good friend. So if you're a guy that's watching and you're hoping someone is going to reach out to you, do me a favor, reach out to other people, reach out to your friends and ask them if they're okay. Because I guarantee you that a lot of guys are struggling right now and they need a friend. Be that friend. What do you guys think? Do you agree or disagree? And make sure to check out this video right here next. And as always, thank you for watching, and please make sure to like and subscribe for more.